Hey there guys, my name is Kenny Stahl and welcome to the first episode of me playing Slay the Spire. I'm really excited to have you here because this is a very special video for me. This is the first video ever that I'm recording and uploading to my new YouTube channel. So this is my first ever gaming content that I'm releasing. I'm really happy to get this channel started, to start producing some gaming content. So we're going to be playing Slay the Spire right now. I'm going to introduce the game, just in case, you don't know what the game is all about. If you've never seen it, if you've never played it before, I'm going to, in this first episode, just kind of do a brief introduction of what it's all about and some basic things. And then we can just start playing and having some fun. So that's really what I want to do on this channel, is just play some games, have some fun. If you don't really like this game, but you still want to see me, play other games, please recommend other games that I can download on Steam. So let's just get started here. We're gonna start playing. So this game is in early access right now, so there are only 2 characters to choose from, and it looks like we're gonna have a third one at some point. So I'm gonna play as this first character called the Ironclad. The Ironclad starts with Burning Blood, which means that at the end of every combat we will heal for 6 HP, so that's good. The other character is the Silent, and we'll play that after we finish this first run with the Ironclad. So I'm hoping to do a bunch of episodes of this game. I've been playing it a lot on my own time. I put hours and hours into this game, so I know how to play it. I'm not new at this. I do want to start playing other games, though, that I will be going into it blind. So this is the game. The game is we build a deck of cards and we use those cards to defeat enemies in combat. So we have our basic strike cards, which are attacks. Then we have defends, which give us block, which will help us prevent damage from enemies that are dealing damage. Every card has an energy cost associated with it, so these cost 1. Bash costs 2. And Bash deals 8 damage, and it applies to vulnerable to enemies. Vulnerable creatures will take 50% more damage from attacks. So that'll be a good card for us to start off with. This is just a simple 10 card deck to begin with this character. So up here is our Burning Blood relic, which means that at the end of each combat we heal for 6. We will continuously get more of these relics, and they're really good for I guess passive abilities and stuff that'll help us win. So let's get started. This is just this is Niall the whale thing, whatever you want to call it, and it's just saying hello again because I played before, and it's just saying basically welcome back. Reach the boss to receive my blessing, so we got to get to the first boss. Okay, so this is the map, and here on the map we travel from one place to the next, defeating enemies. And eventually we'll get up here, and this is the boss. So I like the fact that this is always random. You can go down different paths to get different things. So here's the legend. It shows us kind of what things are. We have basic enemies. That's like where we're going to start off at. Then we have elite enemies, which are more powerful, harder to beat, but we also get a reward from defeating them. We will get a relic. And then we have rest spots. These are like the campfires. Those will allow us to heal if we need to, or we can choose to upgrade a card. Treasure rooms, which we'll find. There's always one, like right here, and then sometimes the question marks will be treasure rooms. They'll give us relics and gold. A merchant is a shop where we can buy cards and do other things. And then the question marks are like random things. We don't know what they're going to be. So I'm just going to start over on this side because it looks like there's more options. And I'm going to start, we're going to start all the way here on the left. And we're going to try to hit some of those question marks. So, alright, this is our first battle here. So, above the enemy, it's going to show you what they're going to do, their intent. So this enemy is going to attack us for 11 damage. So it would probably be good for us to use our defend cards to start off. So what do you need to know about this if you've never played the game before? We have 3 energy, so that is what we have right now to use. This is our draw pile. So we draw 5 cards, and then we play the cards. When we end our turn, the cards go into the discard pile over here. And then we draw more cards on our next turn. And when this is 0, all the discard pile cards go back into the draw pile, and they just cycle. So we're going to be using the same cards over and over again, which is why we only have like 10 cards. So let's just start defending. So we'll defend. We'll take 1 damage, but I do want to strike him so we can get some damage in on him. So then we're going to end the turn, and we're going to take 1. But remember, we do heal for 6 at the end of combat, so taking a little bit of damage in the early game is not that big of a deal with this character. Okay, so now he is going to block and use a buff, which means that we can just attack him as much as we want. So let's bash him to deal 8 damage and apply 2 vulnerable. So the more that you stack vulnerable, like this one says 2 vulnerable, it means that it lasts for more turns. So instead of dealing 6, we're going to deal 9 because he's vulnerable. And then that's going to be all we can do because our energy is gone. Alright, so this is going well so far. This is a pretty simple start. Kind of, I think that's pretty much all you really need to know about the game, honestly. It'll get a little bit trickier as the enemies get... we're going to defend here. As the enemies get a little bit more tougher and challenging, and once we get more cards and start building a deck, this will start to be a little bit more interesting. But in the early game, it can get a little boring. And by the way, first of all, let's get this stuff real quick. So these are our rewards. We get 10 gold, a weak potion. We have 3 spots up here for potions that we can use in combat. So, and then we get to choose from a card. We get 3 random cards to choose from, and we get this after every time we defeat an enemy. So we have Pummel, which is an attack card that deals 2 damage 4 times. But it also exhausts, and when a card is exhausted, it means that it can't be used anymore during that combat. So it's like it's gone for that that battle. Body Slam means that we can deal damage equal to our block. That would be good if we were trying to build a deck where we just constantly block. Wild Strike, deal 12 damage, shuffle a wound into your draw pile. A wound is an unplayable status card, which is something that we don't want to have. I think Pummel is a good card to get, so I'm going to get that one. Then we're going to move on. So let's go to the question mark, because you don't know what we're going to get here. It is an event. So let's read this. You come across an inconspicuous pedestal with a shining gold idol sitting peacefully atop. It looks incredibly valuable. You surely don't see any traps nearby, so we could take it and trigger a trap, and I think I will do that. So we get the golden idol, which means that we get more gold from enemies. So now we have to choose our basically punishment. So we can take an injury card, which is a curse card, which is going to just be an unplayable card that we have in our deck, so it just takes up space. I don't think I want that. I think I'm just going to take 20 damage. That way we can always heal, so that's not a big deal. So let's go to this question mark, see what we get. Another thing to read. You fall into a puddle. It's made of slime goop. Frantically, you claw yourself out over several minutes as you feel the goop starting to burn. You can feel goop in your ears, goop in your nose, goop everywhere. Lots of goop, goop, goop. Okay, I made that last part up. Alright, climbing out, you notice that some of your gold is missing. Looking back in the puddle, you see your coins missing. Alright, so let us gather 75 gold and lose 11 HP. We're taking a lot of HP loss right away from the start, but I'm okay with that. So I think we do want to go to the shop over here, or we can go up to the campfires and upgrade a card. I don't know. I think I kind of want to go to the shop because we just got all that gold. Okay, yeah, and we're gonna get more gold here, or we can actually take 250 gold. I think I'm gonna take 250 gold, get a curse card. This curse card is regret, which means that at the end of each turn we would lose 1 HP. I'm going to take it because we can get rid of it at the shop. So now we're going to go to the shop now that we have all this gold. First of all, we're going to remove for 75 gold the card that we just got. So get rid of that card. We don't want that card in our hand. Now let's see what we got. So I think So these are relics down here. We can buy a relic, which are really good. So like this one is a good relic. If you end your turn without any block, you will gain 6. So that would be good. Meat on the bone. If your HP is at or below 50% at the end of combat, heal 12 HP. That might be nice, because if we get into a situation where we're really low on HP, we're just getting our butts kicked. This could save us. Ginger, you can no longer become weakened. I think that these are both... I think that all of these are really decent to get. So we could get a card like Rampage or Cleave or Warcry. We could get any of these. But I think that because we have a lot of gold, we want to get... we probably want to get one of these. So I'm going to go for... Can we get 2 of them? We have 359. No, we can't. So we can get 1. I like meat on the bone. But ginger is also good. I think what I'm gonna do is take... Man, I don't know. I like the idea that we won't be weakened, because that could come in handy a lot. Let's just go the cheap route, because there's another shop coming up. We're gonna get this one because it's cheaper and it'll probably save us a little bit. And then we're gonna have another shop up here. So we still have 205 gold for that. Alright, now we can rest or smith and upgrade a card. I don't think we really need to rest that much. Yeah, we're kind of low on HP, but I really want to upgrade a card. So we're gonna upgrade... Well, we could upgrade Pummel. Or we could upgrade Bash. I'm gonna upgrade Bash right now. I don't think it really matters. They're both good cards to upgrade. Okay. So now we got these 2 slimes. We have an acid slime and a spike slime. This one's gonna deal 3 damage to us, so I want to get rid of that one. Well, we can't. Yeah, doesn't really matter what we do as far as what cards we use to deal damage. So that'll be good. And as you can see, that relic is coming in handy by giving us 6 block, because we didn't use any block. So okay, so now it's not attacking us. It's just gonna inflict a negative effect on us, which the other one that inflicted was a frail. So we our blocks are gonna give us less block, but we don't need to block this turn, so we'll pummel, strike. So now it's down to 12, and we should be able to take care of it next turn as long as we get 2 attack cards. Okay, so it's gonna deal 8 damage, so we did get 2 attack cards, so this will deal 12 damage, which is exactly the HP that it had. So awesome, that one is done. Now we can get an explosive potion to deal 10 damage to all enemies, and we can add another card to our deck. So what do I want to add? We have clothesline, deal 12 damage, apply 2 weak. Intimidate, apply 1 weak to all enemies, and then exhaust, but it costs 0. Anger, which is an attack card that costs 0, and you can deal 4 damage. Place a copy of this card into your discard pile. Let me think for a moment. I think I want anger. Maybe that's not the way to go, but I kind of want to go for a deck. It's kind of too early to say what kind of deck strategy I want to have, but I kind of want to go for a deck that will let you attack with a lot of cards, but maybe that's not the right thing to do. Okay, what do we got? Dark Shackles. Enemy loses 9 strength for the rest of this turn. That could be a good card, but it is exhausted. Pommel Strike, deal 9 damage, draw a card. Actually, with Anger, that might be a good idea to have this card if we want to deal more attacks. So let's go for that one. Searing Blow, deal 12 damage, can be upgraded any number of times. I've never really thought that card was too great. Armaments might be good. Metallicize. Let's get Metallicize, because if we play that and we don't use any block, we'll just get 9 block. I like that idea. That's just kind of my thought process on that one. Okay, now we're going to go to the treasure room and get a relic. So we get 27 gold and then pen nib. Pen nib says every 10th attack you play deals double damage, so that won't activate very often, but it'll activate often enough to make a big difference for us. So if we can pay attention to that, it'd be good. Okay, so now we got an elite enemy right here, or an elite enemy right there. I don't think it really matters what way we go, because we're going to have question marks after them anyway. So I'll just choose this one first. Okay, so we came across a corridor full of hypnotizing colored mushrooms. Okay, due to your lack of specialization in mycology, you are unable to identify the specimens. You want to escape, but feel oddly compelled to eat a mushroom. Okay, so we could stomp on them or heal and get a curse. I think I'm just gonna stomp on them. We can defeat these guys. So we start fighting them. Okay, so all these creatures will apply vulnerable to us when they die. Okay, so this one's attacking. I think what I want to do is use Metallicize. Okay, we don't need to defend because we will get 6 block from this relic. So we can just bash and then anger. And now that anger is going to create a copy of itself and it's going to put it in our discard pile. So when they cycle back around, we're going to have 2 angers. So now with Metallicize and then this relic, we're going to be building up 9 block if we don't use any other block. So that's good. So now they're going to be attacking us for a lot. It's not worth using this defend because the defend gives us 5 block. The relic will give us 6 blocks. So we'd rather just let the relic do its business. What should we do then? We should probably, if we attack using this card, it'll deal 3 damage 4 times. So that'll kill it. But now we're vulnerable, so we're going to take a lot more damage. I guess we should have used the explosive potion. Let's use our weak potion. And then let's use our explosive potion. And then let's strike. See, if we would have done it in the other order, we probably could have killed this one. But if we use like the potion first to deal damage to all 3 of them, we could use the strike to deal damage to the first enemy, and then the pummel on this one, it probably would have killed it, but I was not thinking about that. So now let's kill this one. Let's use a pommel strike, draw a card, and it's a defend. We don't want to use it. I was hoping that we draw a strike, because then we could have killed him. But we're going to get 9 block anyway, so we're only going to take 1 more damage. Alright. I can't forget about pen nib either. Every 10th attack will deal double damage, and it's at 7 right now. So we can just kill it, so that's good. Alright, so we get gold and we get odd mushroom. Whenever we're vulnerable, we only take 25% more damage rather than 50. That's good. We can add a card now. We could go another pommel strike, or we could go headbutt or thunderclap. Thunderclap will deal 4 damage to all enemies and apply 1 vulnerable. We can take another one of these, or we can get a headbutt, which will deal 9 damage and place a card from our discard pile on the top of our draw pile. I'm going to take headbutt. Okay, now we'll go for the elite. So this enemy is going to be a little bit harder. So these are, we got artifacts, negates 1 debuff. Okay, so there's 3 of them, so it's going to be a little tough here. And we got a basic hand. Nothing special about this hand. Just strikes and defense. So we'll defend. Defend, and then strike this one. Okay, so now that our next turn, or I should say our next attack, is going to be worth double damage. So we want to attack with our card that deals the most damage, I suppose. Okay, so pummel will deal 16 damage. Bash will deal 20 and apply vulnerable. So let's use... Oh wait, it won't apply vulnerable because it has a artifact which negates 1 debuff. Alright, So what do I want to do? They're gonna deal 24. So that means that we're gonna go down to, what would it be? 22. So, can we kill this one? I think we can kill it. So when this isn't doubled, it's only 2 damage 4 times, which is 8 damage. So if we play bash first, it'll be 20, and then it'll be 8. So that won't kill it then, will it? So what do we do here? Maybe we pummel and strike. That's 16 and 12. No, that's not gonna make a difference, is it? Perhaps we do play Metallicize to preserve our HP. Let's do that. And then bash. Yeah, we couldn't have killed it. So our defend's worthless because we got the this relic. So we're taking a bunch of damage here, which is not good for us, but I mean, this is an elite enemy. It's supposed to be more challenging. So okay, now we have to kill this one for sure. We will get 9 blocks, so once we kill this enemy, we're not going to take any damage. So we just got to figure out the right order to... So we have 9 and 4. That is the right amount. Although we could use Pommel Strike. What we could do is Anger. Okay. And then Headbutt. And then take another Anger back. Or we could take like a Bash or something. We'll take another Anger back. Then we'll use a Pommel Strike. Get our Anger that we just put on top of our draw pile. Use it. And strike. And then end our turn. So now we're going to get the block. We're going to take no damage. Alright, so this is going well so far. And then it does put like dazes into our deck, which are unplayable. They just take up space and make it so we have less cards to use, which isn't very good, but it is exhausted at the end of our turn. Okay, so again, we're not going to take any damage because of Metallicize and this relic. Or Chalcum. Or Calcum. I don't know. I don't even know how to pronounce that at all. Strike. 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 Anger. Now we got Pen Nib. So our next attack is going to be double damage. So let's see, what should we use for double damage? Another Headbutt. Pummel will be 16. Headbutt's 18. Pommel Strike's 18. I say we use Headbutt and get an Anger back. Pommel Strike. So we have an Anger. Pummel. And then Anger. And it's dead. Perfect. Gold and then War Paint. Upon pickup, upgrade 2 random skills. So we're going to get to upgrade 2 skills. 2 defends are now defend pluses. Alright. Choose a card. Barricade. It costs 3, but it's a power, so it lasts for a whole combat. And it says block is no longer expires at the start of your turn. I think I might want that just because of this other relic and Metallicize. Maybe we're gonna go for a block deck. These are also okay cards, but this card doesn't come out very often. It's like I don't know if it's a legendary card or something, but that might be a good fit for this deck. Maybe we will try to build a block deck actually. All right. So can we kill one of these? So they have an ability which means that they curl up, and whenever they take attack damage, they're going to put up 7 block. I think that wears off though, so it only gets used once. Okay, I don't have any like potions. I also have a defend plus. So this is worth more than the 6 we get from that. I don't think we use barricade right now. I think we just take care of these enemies. Let's see. So this has 17 damage that we need to deal to this one. This will deal 8 and 6. That's not enough. I don't think we can kill either of these. So I think what we do is we defend, striker, pommel. I think we pummel that one, and then we end our turn. So we won't take any damage. And one of them is closer to death. Alright. Now, if we kill this one, we're not going to take any damage, so let's just strike it. Anger, it's blocking, so you're going to have to wait till next turn to kill it. Use Metallicize, and end our turn. Alright, good. It's going pretty good so far. I think we can kill this one right away. There we go. We got 202 gold still, so maybe going to a shop or something. Okay, Infernal Blade. Add a random attack to your hand. It costs 0. Exhaust the card. Havoc. Play the top card of your draw pile and exhaust it. Sword Boomerang. Deal 3 damage to a random enemy 3 times. Okay, so I'm not sure if there's anything here that's really a good fit for our deck. I think Infernal Blade might be okay. We get a random attack. That could be good or bad sometimes. I don't know. I don't really see us using Havoc in this deck. Sword Boomerang, I've never really thought was too great because it applies damage to random enemies. I'm going to go with that one. Okay, so now what do we want to do? We could upgrade. We could go question mark. Let's upgrade. And we'll upgrade one of our cards. Barricade would cost 2. That's actually good. Infernal Blade costs 0 to use, so it's like a free attack, which might be actually good. Pommel Strike, deal more damage, draw another card. Metallicize, gain 4 block. Huh. I like the idea of Barricade costing less, so we're gonna do that. Because 3 energy is just too expensive. Alright, and we want to get that activated in our combats, because that's going to be a good card for us. That's probably going to be what the deck is going to revolve around. Okay, so these ones are the mushroom things again. I think it's kind of gross that these are like dead rats, if you look at it. Like, when I first started playing this game, I didn't realize, like, that's what it was. But now that I look at it, I'm like, yeah, that's totally what that is. That mushroom is like... I don't really understand, I guess. Alright, Bash Plus. So now we got Pen Nib. Can we kill it? Yes, we can. We're going to be vulnerable, but that's okay. Alright. With Pen Nib and vulnerable, that strike did a lot of damage. Okay. So this is stronger now. It's going to deal 11 damage. We don't have any, like, good defense. We're going to play Metallicize. I don't think that we could have killed it. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Yeah, we couldn't have killed it, I don't think. Infernal Blade. We get Blood for Blood, which costs 0 for us. We deal 16 damage with it, so we'll play it. Headbutt, and it's dead. Perfect. We didn't have to take any damage there, so now we get more gold, a strength potion, and we get to add another card. Evolve. Shuffle 2 wounds into your draw pile. Whenever you draw a wound, draw a card. So that'll be good if we have wounds, but we don't. Reckless Charge. Gain 1 vulnerable. Deal 9 damage. I don't really want to gain a vulnerable. But we might want that one because we have Odd Mushroom. So even though we might gain a vulnerable with this card, we also don't take that much more damage. So maybe it is worth it. Let's try it. it costs 0 to use, and we're building up a lot of 0 cost. We're just gonna upgrade a card. We're gonna get a lot of 0 cost attacks. With like reckless charge, anger, and then I think I wanna upgrade Infernal Blade. Although maybe I should upgrade Metallicize. No, we'll upgrade Infernal Blade. So it costs 0. So, alright. Now, okay, we got a slime boss. Oh, that's actually what it's called. I was just thinking it's a boss and it's a slime. I'll call it the slime boss, but that's actually what it's called. So the slime boss will split when its HP is at or below 50%. It'll split into 2 smaller slimes with whatever its HP is at the time. It's gonna attack us for 9 this turn. So if we play Metallicize, we're gonna get 9 block with the relic and the Metallicize. So we're gonna block it, but it's also gonna inflict a negative effect on us. So I think we should bash first to apply vulnerable. So we got to get this slime boss down to 70 HP for it to split. Hopefully, like lower than that, so it doesn't split into slimes that have a lot of HP. So let's use Infernal Blade. See what we get. We get Whirlwind. Spend all your energy and deal 5 damage for every energy that you spent. Alright, so we don't have any energy right now, so maybe we'll draw it later though. It's going to go into our discard pile. Okay. I know we have low HP because we took a lot of damage on the way getting here, but normally on the first floor or the first level, it's not too difficult to beat the boss without taking a lot of damage. And I've put a lot of hours in this game, so it's not a big deal. So let's, I think we should pummel it. And then maybe headbutt and get, what do we want back? We don't really want any of these back now that I think about it. I mean, it doesn't really matter, does it? Because we're just gonna use this card. We're gonna draw it. We're not gonna be able to use it, so it's just gonna go back into our discard pile. Okay. Slime Crush. Now it's gonna deal 35 damage, so this is not a good thing. We don't want to play Reckless Charge on this turn. Normally it might be okay, but because it's dealing 35, like 25% more damage with it dealing 35 is actually going to be quite a bit. So we'll play Defend and then Barricade. It won't be useful this turn, but eventually it might be good. So we're not going to use Reckless Charge. Although maybe it would have interrupted it. I don't know. It might have. So if we get it down below 50%, if we strike it, it's at 80. Anger, it's at 76. So it's not going to split yet. But it will when we deal 6 to it. But we're going to deal more than 6 to it. Eventually. I shouldn't have done that. Because now we're going to take 1 damage. We would have been able to block it all because of the relic. I wasn't really thinking about it. Okay, so now if we strike, anger, it's going to split, defend, and because it's at 54 HP, it's going to split into 2 slimes that each have 54 HP. So, and these guys, they're also going to split when they get to 50% HP. So 50% of this will be, what is that? Like 27 or something like that? So, what do we do here? It's going to deal 11. We already have 11 block. We're going to get 3 more. We should headbutt, get an anger back. Strike. So we're gonna block the damage. We get 2 wounds, so the wounds are gonna be in our draw pile now. Let's see. I just want to survive this fight, honestly. Whirlwind might be good here because it will deal 5 damage 3 times, so there'll be 15 to each of them. Let's do it. Okay, and then we'll use anger on it as well. So now this slime's gonna split. We're not gonna take any damage this turn. We're gonna gain 3 more block, and that block stays with us because of barricade. We also have frail, so we don't get as much block from cards. Okay. Now, we want to interrupt this guy. Can we do that? If we bash it, we'll deal 10 damage. We'll take it down to 29. And then we can use strike, deal 9. We get pen nib, use reckless charge, kill it. There's not really a problem with us getting vulnerable because we're not going to get attacked. So it'll just wear off. Then we use anger. That's why I kind of think that reckless charge is good. It costs 0, and when an enemy is not going to attack you in their next turn, reckless charge is perfectly fine to use. So we can use reckless. Well, we might want to use whirlwind. Whirlwind is actually good to have. It uses all our energy, but we have all these like 0 cost cards that we can play them after we use whirlwind, like that, and it does more damage. That's actually pretty good. I like this deck so far. We've got some good stuff. All right, so now we're gonna get to add a card, but since it's a boss battle, we get to add. Okay, so Limit Break is amazing. We get to double our strength, but we don't have any cards that increase our strength. This is not a strength deck. So I think we're going to go Juggernaut because whenever you gain block, we'll deal 3 damage to a random enemy. And I think we're going for a block deck. So let's try to build that synergy up. Alright, so now we get a boss relic. We get to choose from these 3. We can do Pandora's Box. Transform all strikes in defense. I mean, I don't want to get rid of our defense because this is a defensive deck, you know. Actually, I just realized that 2 of our defense are defend pluses. I mean, I knew that from earlier. We got an event that, or we got a relic or something that gave us 2 skill upgrades. Either way, that actually works out really nice for this deck then. Okay, if we get White Beast Statue, potions always drop after combat. That might be okay. Or we can get the Orrery and choose to add 5 cards to our decks. I think I'm gonna go that one because we get to choose 5 different cards. All right, so Metallicize. I think we should do it because that's what our deck is all about. Now we can go Headbutt again, Dropkick, Flex. Maybe Flex is what we want to do now. I think we go Flex. Combust. At the end of your turn, lose 1 HP, deal 4 damage to all enemies. Heavy Blade, deal 14 damage, strength affects Heavy Blade 3 times. We're not really doing a lot of strength building, though. Whenever a card is exhausted, gain 4 block. I mean, maybe that would be the one to do, but do we really have a lot of exhaust cards? I mean, we have Pummel, which exhausts. We have Infernal Blade, which exhausts. But other than that, I don't really see us really exhausting a lot of cards. I mean, yes, it's a card that gains block for us, but I don't know. I'm going to skip this for now. Go to the next one. Armaments might be good. Gain 5 block and upgrade a card. Clash. Can only be played if every other card in your hand is an attack. Uppercut. We're going to go Armaments. And then our last one. Either one of these is good. Body Slam or Iron Wave, because we can gain block with this one. We can deal damage equal to our block with Body Slam. I think we go Body Slam. Then I don't know if I want to use one of these. I think I'm just going to skip it. We got 4 cards. That's good enough. So we're building somewhat of a... By the way, we're going to start the second act or the second level. We have a block synergy going on with Metallicize, Barricade, Body Slam, Armament, Juggernaut, another Metallicize, a lot of defense upgraded. And then we got like 0 cost cards to kind of add to it. Reckless, Anger, we got Body Slam, of course, Armament. So I like this deck. I think it's okay. I think that's where I'm gonna end the video though. So I really hope to see you guys in the next episode where we start off where we left off here. I hope that you enjoyed this. I'm gonna be doing a bunch of this game, so I hope that you will continue watching. But if you don't like the game, if you would rather watch me play other games, please recommend new games for me to play. I'm not somebody who has a lot of experience gaming or creating gaming content, so I'm gonna need your guys' help. So thank you so much for watching on this very first video on this brand new gaming channel for me. Thank you all for subscribing. Please like the video, please comment on it what you thought, and I will see you next time. So take care, everyone. I'll see you in my next video.